Well, I'm honored to have been invited to be a guest at the Public Safety Officers Banquet. I think this is the 35th annual one. It's terrific to be here. Any opportunity to thank our public safety officers, our police, our fire, our EMT, those that keep our community safe and respond in times of need is really just a great privilege and honor, and I'm glad to be here.
The Texarkana, Texas Fire Department has selected Josh Hawkins and Brad Smith as the recipients of the 2015 Texarkana Rotary Club Firefighter of the Year. Josh has 4 years of service with the Texarkana, Texas Fire Department. Josh and his wife, Erica, have been married for 12 years and are the proud parents of two lovely daughters, Hatley and Holland. Josh is a faithful member of Trinity Baptist Church, and when not working on one of his numerous jobs, he enjoys spending time in the outdoors and cherishes the time he has with his family. Brad has been a firefighter for over 3 years, with the last 18 months as a member of the Texarkana, Texas Fire Department. Brad and his wife, Savannah, will be celebrating their first wedding anniversary next week. Brad is a self-confessed workaholic. When he does not have free time, or when he does have free time, it is spent with his wife unless the fish are reported to be biting. The event that Josh and Brad are being recognized for occurred on February the 27th, 2015. It was a cold, windy day with snow and ice on the ground. At 12:26 p.m., the Texarkana, Texas Fire Department was dispatched to a house fire near South Wake Village Road. Smoke showing was reported by the first unit on the scene. Josh, Brad, and a firefighter named Nick Smith forced entry into the home to perform a search for occupants and to locate and extinguish the fire. The thick smoke with near zero visibility greatly hindered their search, but Josh was able to locate an occupant in one of the bedrooms. Fire had already breached the door to the room where the occupant lay unconscious on the floor. With Brad's help, Josh was able to remove the occupant from the home, at which time they began providing medical care. Patient care was transferred to LifeNet upon their arrival, and transport to the hospital was made. The patient made a successful recovery thanks to everyone involved. This is the kind of event that requires firefighters to use all of their training and skills to have a favorable outcome in a less than favorable situation. Josh and Brad are true examples of what the firefighting profession signifies: serving others with selfless determination and unfailing courage. They may tell you we are just doing our job, but it is much more than that. This is their life, their calling, and they make many sacrifices to work in this profession. One of the greatest is the risking their lives to save others. We are proud to honor Josh Hawkins and Brad Smith as the Texarkana, Texas Fire Department recipients for 2015. Congratulations very much. Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Miller County Sheriff's Department has chosen Patsy DeHart, who has over 20 years in law enforcement. Prior to serving with the Miller County Sheriff's Office, Investigator DeHart worked at Little River Sheriff's Office for 15 years. She joined Miller County Sheriff's Office in 2011 and was assigned to the Patrol Division. 2 years later, Investigator DeHart was assigned to the CID in July of 2013 to work sex crimes along with property crimes. She also assisted the Attorney General's office and the Arkansas State Police with internet crimes against children. To date, approximately 273 cases have been assigned to Investigator DeHart, with 55 of those cases being sex crimes against children. 33 warrants and arrests have been made for these sex crimes, and Investigator DeHart has witnessed 112 interviews of victims in these cases. Because of these arrests in Miller County, these sexual predators have been taken off the streets, and these children's lives can begin to heal. Investigator Patsy DeHart is married to retired Arkansas Ashdown Police Sergeant Robert DeHart. They have 2 children who are relatives of mine. Son Pete Penny, who works with the Arkansas State Police CID unit, and daughter Amanda Penny. Congratulations, Mrs. DeHart, on being selected for this year's 2015 award. Y'all are anticipating my moves, and they're always different. We congratulate you and thank you for all your efforts.
The Texarkana, Texas Police Officer of the Year is Detective Latricia Shanks. It is my honor today to recognize a very special officer whose efforts have had a direct and positive impact on the community she has served for well over a decade. We often recognize the efforts of those who have performed a heroic act or someone who displayed unusual courage in the face of overwhelming adversity. Today, however, we recognize one of Texarkana's finest officers, not for one single act, arrest, or event that took place throughout the past year. Instead, I stand here today to shine a light on a body of work that has been nothing short of extraordinary. Detective Latricia Shanks is currently assigned as a Crimes Against Persons investigator for the Texarkana, Texas Police Department. Throughout her career, she has specialized in solving crimes committed against both women and children, a job which is known to take a personal toll on all whom choose that path. In her capacity as an investigator, she blazed trails and formed liaisons with other agencies that literally changed the way the juvenile justice process functioned within Bowie County. Through her partnership with the Children's Advocacy Center, she was able to establish a reputation as not merely a police officer, but as a trusted source of information for the caseworkers and as a champion for the children she was charged with protecting. As a juvenile detective, she acted as a liaison between the police department, district attorney's office, and the Bowie County Juvenile Justice Center. In that capacity, Detective Shanks worked tirelessly with 3 school districts spanning several campuses so effectively that she quickly established herself as the, quote, go-to expert in the field, often being called upon by neighboring agencies seeking assistance and professional guidance. Countless cases have been solved due to her knowledge and a familiarity with the thousands of students within the city of Texarkana, Texas. With a clearance rate of 20% over that of the national average, Detective Shanks prides herself on being an advocate for those who desperately need police intervention. She designed an internal method of tracking case clearance goals, and the result was a combined 60% clearance rate for both felony and misdemeanor cases throughout 2015. Her thirst for knowledge can also be evidenced by the fact that she voluntarily enrolled in several collegiate-level courses, taking classes which helped her better understand the underlying causation of crime as it relates to the breakdown of the modern family. A true team player, she is never one to garner attention for herself, opting instead to work behind the scenes for the success of her division. She is relentless in her work ethic, and she represents the best that the city of Texarkana, Texas has to offer. On behalf of the men and women of the Texarkana, Texas Police Department, I am proud to name Detective Latricia Shanks as the 2015 Officer of the Year. Got it?
Corporal Wilson began his career with the Arkansas State Police in March of 1995. His original assignment was with the Highway Patrol Division in Llano County in Troop A. After a short period of time in the Highway Patrol Division, Captain Wilson transferred to the Governor's Security Detail, where he was responsible for the security of then-Governor Mike Huckabee and his wife Janet. Also, while he was in Troop A, he was a member of the Arkansas State Police Honor Guard Detail. Captain Wilson eventually was able to transfer back to his home in Little River County in the Highway Patrol Division in Troop G. Upon his return to Little River County, Captain Wilson made an immediate impact in the community. His performance in the areas of traffic and criminal law enforcement was exemplary. He assisted the Little River Sheriff's Department and Ashdown Police Department in numerous capacities. Due to his outstanding level of performance, Captain Wilson transferred to the Criminal Investigation Division, Company C, where he excelled in narcotics and additional criminal investigations. Captain Wilson has returned to the Highway Patrol Division in Troop G, where he has remained the prime example of what an Arkansas straight state trooper should be. He leads by example and is willing to assist whenever needed without reservation. He's a field training officer and is able to provide the guidance and training to new troopers that can only be obtained from someone with the vast level experience that he has under his belt. His contributions in this enforcement are always valuable. In an environment that oftentimes appears to be negative toward law enforcement, he maintains a positive attitude that allows him to remain steadfast and vigilant in the daily mission of the Arkansas State Police. Captain Wilson has continuously remained an active member of the community through several philanthropic endeavors. He loves to ride his motorcycle, I don't know if that's philanthropic, and spends time with his wife, 2 daughters, and a son. It's often one single accomplishment for which an officer is recognized, but Captain Wilson has far too many to mention here in this short time. His recognition for the reward is a direct reflection of the contributions that he continues to provide and the leadership that he provides among his peers. For these many attributes, the Arkansas State Police and the citizens of Southwest Arkansas are extremely proud to recognize Corporal Robert D. Wilson. I think I just probably elevated you to another level.
Only in Texarkana.
Only in Texarkana are you captain. All right. Okay. As the 2015 Rotary Officer of the Year, Captain, step forward. Corporal. Could be general. It could be, you could be general.
Yeah.
If I stayed up there a little longer, you could stand.
15 Public Safety Representative from the Texas Department of Public Safety is Trooper DeCorey Birmingham. If you'll please come forward. Trooper Birmingham became a trooper on June the 20th, 2014. He started his career with DPS stationed in Texarkana on July 14, 2014. Prior to joining DPS, Trooper Birmingham played football for the University of Arkansas from 2001 to 2005. He continued his football career professionally and played for the Indianapolis Colts and the New England Patriots in 2006. He then played for the Carolina Panthers from 2007 to 2010. Trooper Birmingham, would you consider taking a leave of absence? The Dallas Cowboys are in very dire need of some help. Trooper Birmingham resides in the Atlanta community with his wife Megan, his 11-year-old daughter Jordan, and his 8-year-old son Dawson, and his 4-year-old son Dylan. Since the beginning of the 2015, Since the beginning of 2015, should be a comma there, Trooper Birmingham has been very active in serving the citizens of Bowie County. He has taken many intoxicated drivers off the roadways. He has made multiple felony arrests as well as misdemeanor arrests, and Trooper Birmingham has been involved in 2 pursuits that resulted in crashes. In the first pursuit, the evading vehicle rolled on its side after striking a tree, knocking the passenger unconscious. As a result of the crash, her leg became trapped under the vehicle. Trooper Birmingham, along with another responding trooper, were able to break out the window and push the vehicle enough to free the passenger so she could be treated. During the second pursuit, the evading vehicle crashed into a concrete drainage ditch and caught fire. The driver and first passenger were able to escape, but were unable to free the second passenger. Trooper Birmingham was able to free the remaining passenger and then carried her up the embankment to safety. On a separate occasion, Trooper Birmingham was off duty when he was notified of an ATV crash with an unresponsive passenger. He performed CPR on the victim until emergency medical technicians arrived on the scene. Trooper Birmingham is passionate about keeping Bowie County and the state of Texas a safer place to live and travel. We are very proud and fortunate to have Trooper DeCory Birmingham serving the citizens of Bowie County and the great state of Texas. Please join me in congratulating Trooper DeCory Birmingham. Thank you, Trooper Birmingham.
The Texarkana, Arkansas Police Department is pleased to represent Corporal Lloyd Douglas as Officer of the Year for 2015. He joined the police department in September of 2000. He currently serves in the Uniform Patrol Division. During his tenure with the department, Corporal Douglas has shown to be a highly dedicated and motivated officer. He's served as a K-9 officer, narcotics detective, and in the Special Operations Unit. Corporal Douglas was selected as the TAPD Officer of the Year based on 2 following incidents in 2015, during which his attention to detail resulted in the arrest of a violent predator. On September the 2nd, 2015, at 2:55 p.m., TAPD officers were dispatched to a business located in the 900 block of East Street regarding a robbery. Upon arrival, Corporal Douglas spoke with a female victim who was crying and in distress, who reported that she had been assaulted by a male outside her vehicle in the business parking lot. The victim reported that she had approached her car, and as she did, a white male came up from behind her, grabbed her around the neck, and placed a black-handled butcher knife to her throat while stating, "Don't say anything." The victim reported that she began shouting, and some other customers took notice and began shouting at the suspect, who fled the scene. Witnesses reported that the male left in a blue minivan. Corporal Douglas issued a BOLO, whatever that is, for the vehicle to other officers, and then went inside the business to quickly review business security video. I'm going to find out what a BOLO is.
Be on the lookout.
Oh,
Be on the lookout.
my counterpart says be on the lookout, so now I know. I thought it was code for something else. All right. Corporal Douglas observed the vehicle on the surveillance tape, which showed a Chevrolet Astro van with black racing stripes on the hood. That wasn't very smart, was it, to have? It was apparent that when the bystanders started shouting, the suspect left the intended victim and retreated to his van and fled the area on Spring Street. Corporal Douglas then began searching the area for the suspect vehicle, and at 3:40 p.m., less than an hour after the aggravated assault on the victim, Corporal Douglas observed the suspect van traveling at a high rate of speed on Garfield Street. Corporal Douglas caught up with the van on the parking lot of a business located in the 700 block of East Street. This was a dumb criminal, wasn't it? Corporal Douglas. You were great, though. Corporal Douglas noted that the driver of the van appeared to be the same subject that he observed in the surveillance video, and subsequently confronted the subject and ordered him to the ground. Corporal Douglas placed the suspect in custody for a variety of charges, including kidnapping, aggravated assault, and carrying a weapon. A search of the van incident to the arrest revealed a large black-handled butcher knife in the passenger area. That weapon was consistent with the victim and the witness's description. On May the 20th, 2015, a Bowie County Texas Sheriff's Department investigators sent out an email to all officers requesting information on a stolen utility trailer. Corporal Douglas reviewed the information and recalled that 9 days prior he had initiated a traffic stop on a vehicle towing that trailer. Corporal Douglas accessed the information associated with that call and provided the information on the driver of that vehicle to the Bowie County investigator. That information led to the issuance of a warrant and the arrest of the offender. These are just two of the many incidents in which Corporal Douglas displayed the traits of a professional police officer, demonstrating that attention to detail will result in tangible, positive results for crime victims in our community. And in this instant, remove a violent and armed predator from the street of our city. Corporal Douglas's actions on September the 2nd and May the 20th are in keeping with the highest standards of the law enforcement profession and the Texarkana, Arkansas Police Department. Help me in congratulating this gentleman who has done so much to help protect all of the people, even over in my neighborhood. Corporal. We present you this from the Texarkana Rotary Club. He's only one-handed. Oh, that's
They'll help. They'll help.
You know, I noticed that right off the bat. So.
And our final recipient of the 2015 Public Safety Officers of the Year Award goes to Detective Michael Sutton with the Nash, Texas Police Department. Detective Sutton, if you'll please come forward. Michael Sutton was born and raised in Texarkana, Texas. He graduated from Texas High School in 2000 and attended both Texarkana College and the University of Arkansas at Hope. Michael became sponsored by the Nash Police Department and enrolled in the East Texas Police Academy, where he graduated in 2003. Michael was hired as a patrolman with the Nash Police Department and has dedicated over 11 years of service to the city of Nash. He was promoted to sergeant in 2012, then to his current position as detective in 2013. Detective Sutton is also the public information officer for the Nash Police Department. Detective Sutton has received over 1,230 hours of continuing education hours, including death scene investigation, tactical firearms training, latent fingerprint lifting, and numerous others. He also completed both Wicklander and Zawalski's, I pronounced that correctly, close, course for interview and interrogations, and the Public Information Officer course at the Bill Blackwood LEMIT Institute of Texas. Through his specialty training in interviewing and interrogation, he has been able to obtain confessions in all ranges of crimes and currently has over a 95% confession rate. In May of 2013, Michael married Ashley Hogan, and in 2014, they welcomed their first son, Lex. They are both Christians and are members of Heritage Church in Texarkana, Texas. Michael's hobbies include showing cutting horses, fly fishing, and hunting. Detective Sutton's future goals include attending the Bill Blackwood LEMIT Institute of Texas Leadership and Command College and becoming a certified forensic interviewer for the International Association of Interviewers. Detective Sutton's long-term goal is to retire from law enforcement at the rank of captain or chief. Please join me in welcoming and congratulating Detective Michael Sutton.